Hello, this is Fire, and this is going to be another video on my storming the ramparts. This is, I think, what I'm calling this mini-series, which is a bunch of beta runs where I am kind of helping playtest the difficulty of the new Area 1. We are now on 6117. I believe the last patch we ran was, with this save, was 6114. We got a bunch of changes to make to further nerf the ramparts this patch, or rather in 6115 and 6, which were 6115 added new stuff, and 6116 and 6117 have been bug fix patches for the new stuff that was added. I have not unlocked any new cards since the last time that I recorded one of these. I haven't played it anymore. I've done more runs on my main save, a couple of which I think I recorded, but I have not done any more runs on this save. So, all that rambling out of the way, I believe we are still trying to get a depth 3 Mirley run with stuff, but we just got level 4, which is going to make things a lot easier. Alright. Ooh, new art. Focus and Mana Shield both now have a very shiny new art, and I think that's new to 6117. Oh, and Divination got new art? All sorts of new art. Very shiny. Meditate, new art there. Frost Strike. That's interesting. It looks kind of like an arrow, but it is still first enemy. Soul Shield, very cool. Sorry, this is now a new art appreciation video. Surprise! Okay, so as far as cards to put in our deck go, it's going to mess with me for a while that the art is different. These two cards feel very close together. I think that that's probably something that should be considered. I don't see... It feels very difficult to justify taking Divination over Reverie. I think these two cards are too close together. But I don't have a suggestion for how to change them just yet. Just thinking out loud. Okay, I think we want Covert Strike. I think we want at least one Backstab. We may want 2 Backstabs. We definitely want 2 Shadow Focus. We definitely want at least 1 Focus. Probably 1 Mana Shield. Probably 1 Feint. Probably 1 Hone. All of these are good things. Aside from that, we could try going in on Increasing Stab. We obviously need 2 preparations. We could instead try and build the Increasing Stab list, which tends to be pretty okay on Mirley. It can be a little bit awkward with sequencing your hidden correctly, but now that we do have access to that other thing, that helps. Vicious Retort is good. Probably want one of those. I think we may want another defensive card. We probably just need a second Backstab though, so we can actually end fights. But we may want to actually do a multi-hitting attack. Let's see if we can get the hits multiple times. Shield of Strike seems fine. So this is all the multi-hitting attacks, because we don't have Frag Blast. And then, like, Cleaving Strike now at 3 is a lot more tempting. Because, like, Backstab is going to be 24 with the crit. So, or not 24, it's going to be 32 with the crit. Which, Cleaving Strike is going to be... Cleaving Strike is going to be 24 on the first 2 enemies with crits. But it's in 2 hits, which is going to help with the evasion that a lot of the enemies in the first area have. Has downside of being slightly expensive in terms of mana, but it's not that pricey. The other option is, like, I don't like Slash, really. I think I'd rather go all the way up to the Cleaving Strike rather than play the Slash. The Slash is going to do 4x3 is... Words, it's 12, so it's 24 damage on the crit. So that's less damage on the crit, and it only hits 1 enemy. The other option is that we try and go for a bigger damage card. See, Scattered Beam is an average of 13 hits, going to be an average of 27 on crits to all enemies. That's not the worst. I really like having the access to the Drain Life, again, because having that heal. What are other heal options? I could just take the Invigorate. It's very hard for us to actually play, but we don't need to play it that often. But the Drain Life is also very tempting to just kind of have as a backup option. But it's not a strike, which means it doesn't work with the Feint, so we'd have to cut the Feint. So I think it comes down to whether or not how many things we want to play that let us leave hidden. Because we could just try and play Coward Mirley. We have access to Deadly Injection, which helps. We could play... what all do we have that scales? Okay, so we have Potent Augury. What are our spell options? Spells? We have Rites of Winter and Potent Augury. That's the strategy. It's expensive. Do we have Spell Scry? If we have Spell Scry, I'm game for trying that. We do. Okay, well, this feels super risky, but we're going to try it. So we need a lot of mana. I think we probably want to run 1 Glacial Stare. Maybe 2 Glacial Stares. Yeah, because with the 2 Glacial Stares, we can actually freeze things occasionally. We can go 1 Focus, 2 Glacial Stares, 2 Shadow Focuses. I think we want probably the Covert Strike, at least 1 Covert Strike for Waste Enter Hidden. We obviously need the Rites of Winter. We need 2 of those, 2 of those. And I think of Preparations to finish out the list. So I only do this with 2 Waste Enter Hidden, which could be a problem. Our other concern, so our main concern here is getting enough mana to play the Rites of Winter initially. That's the big thing that we have to make happen. And then we don't really have a backup plan if we can't get Rites going. But if we can get Rites going, it's very good. So we're going to roll them dice. So as far as cards go, Resourcefulness is of course good. Spry Vigor is pretty good. We're not actually usually drawing that many total cards a turn. Oh, we have Glacial Dex. Yeah, that's very good. Charge Shield got new art. Shiny. I don't think that's what we want. Twinning Ritual is good though. Arcane Silence is good for helping us manage things. We can't take other spells, but we can take other like strikes and things if we want to. I'm not sure that we do from any of these. Renewing Ray is another option for our key spell, but I don't think I like it as much. I don't hate Royal Coffers. I don't hate just taking a bunch of very good mana cards, and like Elemental Barrier is a very good defense card. Yeah, I'll just do that. Let's see, Mana Arms Race doesn't do a ton for us. Battle Ray doesn't do a ton for us, but we may have to take it just because it's mana cards. New Stinging Strike card, that's cool. Mind Seed, Mana Ritual. Weird Concentration is a little awkward, but it doesn't fight too bad against the other thing. Surprise Attack seems fine. We may rather would have Hone. This does draw us into Covert Strike, but I don't think we care that much. Probably still take the Arms Race anyway, just because we kind of need mana. For other mana cards, I think we would take more of those. I would take, let's see. Oh, we need to search Smoke Bomb. We would take Preparations and Vanish. Might take Hobble. I think. Sorry. Take Sharp Senses and Page Grace. We'd probably take a couple. Oh, Increasing Visions, of course. That's the other thing we need. We need our spell draw. This helps, technically. That helps. That's good. That's good. I think we would probably take. Oh, we need those 2, of course. We need. And I think we will just take Contemplate. Regrowth's pretty good. And Brainstorm. And that seems like an okay stack. So we are doing. Yeah. Can't fit the right to remain frozen. 1 letter right to remain. We've got 5 letters. I'll just go with right. Let's do that. Even though, of course, we aren't going to be chain freezing, so it's a bit of a misleading name. Let's see if we can buy any forge upgrades that are worthwhile. See if we can re-roll anything here. We're not doing that one. We are going to do that one potentially. Take a little bit of max health. Take a little bit of starting item energy. Sure. Kind of splurging there. We'll get a decent amount of stuff. Okay, so we are 2 here. Oh, wrong button. We are fighting the Robotic Mass. We are fighting Shadowbone Dragon. We're fighting Hollow Maw. So Hollow Maw does mean that, as usual, we are going to need to deal with finding things. and see what we can do. Okay, so I don't think none of this matters to us. I think we went with the increasing stab, and we cared about strike stuff, but we didn't, and we don't. So we don't care about either of those, really. We don't really care about any of this. That's okay, I guess, technically. Neither of those do anything for us. None of that's really particularly useful. This is funny, but it doesn't really help us. None of that matters. I don't think there's anything here we really care about. I guess that's fine. Actually, I suppose that's also okay-ish. We'll just start here and see where we go. Okay, so we can play this. We get 1 damage short of that kill, but we evade the hit, so it's fine. And we stay hidden because we now have an upgrade. So we're going to play that even though we can't actually use it. And we're going to... that won't force a shuffle, will it? We still have 1 more in our deck and we've got a whole bunch of mana cards, so we'll just save that mana. Yeah, the first couple turns of getting this out can be tricky. But once we get the first couple plays out, we're in good shape. Okay. I think for the moment I want the cleansing shield. I'm deciding which of these bosses I want to fight. I think that probably, like, this gives us more elites. I want to see what this league is, how that fight goes on this patch. These guys are obviously jerks, and I'm not thrilled to be fighting them, but I don't have a ton of choice. See if we can find mana. Okay, no luck. Right, I shouldn't have played that. It doesn't do anything because it's the only thing we had was in our hand. Those guys are jerks. Fortunately, we have Cleansing Shield, which helps a little bit. So if we play this, we go to 1. Then we go have 6 more. You may as well play that. All right, so we go to 9. Yes, we can just barely get out this, and so we have to. Very, very bad luck on evades there. Just literally no evades. Yeah, the focus was probably a mistake, just because it is hard for us to get value out of. Alright, and the reason I did that one is because, yeah, we had that guarantee to get the finish off. Okay, so this is now down to 4 mana, right? Yeah. Please don't hit us. Thank you. And we have the skill effectively. Bonk. Get a little bit of healing from our forge. Not much, but a little bit. I think we just need more mana for now. This deck is not a cheap deck to play. We can get more shield, but it doesn't do anything for us this turn, so we're just not going to. Part of me wants to have like a predict, but I don't think I can quite justify that. This actually works out very nicely. We're going to do this, which works out even better than I thought. Although I would have liked you to die, obviously. We could shuffle. I don't think it's worth it. Now I think it is, just so that we have next turn all of the whatchamacallits in our draw pile. Okay, so you are effectively out of commission. Unfortunately, we are short on mana. Please evade at least 1. Thank you. Okay, so we want to draw a Glacial Stare to finish you off. It won't get us the extra mana, but I think we still want to get that kill. Do that, we get focus mana out. Yeah, you're definitely feeling the difference between, like, I've played this deck with Salon a couple times, and Salon has leaving hidden, it's fine. Salon has a thing called, has a level 4 passive, so we can just like get healing potions when he shuffles, which can add up pretty quick in terms of value. Just go ahead and get damage out, which means that if we draw rights again, we should have lethal. And like, yeah, 3 of the cards in our in the bottom 6 of our deck were ways to draw rights. So, I really like that, but I think we need to take the increasing vigilance because I think we just need more of them. I really like Scaled Grimoire here. I think it just gives us a good chunk of defense every time we play rights, especially the first couple times. We don't really need any of these. There aren't any new events, but I'm not really concerned about that fight being interesting. And this is actually a very good event for us. Although this does mean getting that first rights, the first couple rights casts are more expensive, but then it does more damage, and I think overall it is worth it. See if we get mana here. We did not. Okay. Yeah, and this is another point where it's like if we don't have growth, which means that it can be particularly difficult for us to get whatever out. But yeah, like there we got 10 shield, which we would have lost 8 health there if we didn't have the thing. Okay, we can draw back into our spell, but unfortunately we won't. Which we will do just to shuffle the deck and get the damage buff, but we can't play it again yet. And we couldn't have done that even if I hadn't played the Cleansing Shield. We were 1 mana off. Okay, get that back. All right, get to narrowly do that. These guys are jerks. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. So we could play. I think we need to play that. I think we don't have a choice. We just had so much poison on us. We still do, but. All right, so that's actually going to turn on focus, which is nice. Oh, I should have played that. Whoops. Yeah, messed up. Really need to try and get this kill this turn. I think we may be able to do it. If we get lucky on crits, we definitely have it. Okay, we don't even need to get lucky on crits. Okay, so that hurt. Admittedly, that was kind of a fight that's specifically pretty bad for our deck. I think I kind of like upgrading that because that puts it at 8 mana, which means that that alone is... Although I also kind of like upgrading just one of our other mana cards. I think we're just going to upgrade the Shadow Focus, just make it generate a whole lot more mana. I think mana is kind of the key to this run right now. We'll see how this fight goes. You're fighting 2 different elites, which can always be a trip. Alright. Once again, getting serious value out of that. Whatchamacallit? Out of the Scaled Grimoire. Okay, this is unfortunate. We do not have the thing that we need to be able to evade Arcane, so you're going to take a lot of damage here. I don't think... Okay, or we can just... If we just miss all those evades, then it will kill us. That's... Okay, we may just lose this fight. Okay, whoops. Yeah, okay. And then that's a very bad... Yeah, we just lose. Okay, well. It was a promising list. This fight just killed us. I should have rested going in. We just... Okay, so we did narrowly survive. I thought we were actually just dead. I think we are just dead, since I didn't really get to set up, but this does give us a bunch of shield. I think we go and get into hidden first. Yeah, but we can't block this Arcane Detonation is the problem, and we have a very low chance of actually evading all these hits. Yep, okay, that's just got paved. This fight was brutal. I think that there was no way we were winning that fight with that deck. I think the deck itself is fine. I think that just trying to fight... I didn't realize... I forgot that Arcane... I haven't done these fights that much. I didn't remember that the Warbot Raid Leader does Arcane Detonations. And so we didn't have any way to deal with those. And we got unlucky on those initial evades. I think we got hit by like... Were we even hidden? We may not have been hidden turn 1. Or on, again, no, we were hidden for that turn. We just got hit by like 3 of those 8 damage hits, and then we ate both those detonations and 10 more damage. So we just took like 50 damage there on turn 2, and there wasn't much we could do. So, gonna do another run after I post a synopsis in the Discord real quick. I think I'm gonna run this deck back and see how it does the second time around. See if we get any more mileage out of it. I don't think the deck itself is bad. We didn't pull off any of those, obviously. We did freeze enemies. Like, I do kind of want to get a little bit more defense in here. I think the glacial I think the focus has been kind of underwhelming. I think I'd rather have the resolute here. I think there's also an argument for running another covert strike over the preparations, just because it's so much cheaper to get into hidden with the covert strike. Obviously, that goes poorly with that. I was saying that I might want like a predict, but that's just... The predicted just takes so long to pay off, I think. Because it is 3 mana next turn total. I think we'd rather just have the mana shield, actually. And we can upgrade the mana shield relatively early as one of our defensive options. And we're going to see if this goes. It's possible that we just need to like try running with only like 3 of the redraws. It's possible that trying to go with 4 redraws is too many, and we don't need them. But I want to try this again and see how it goes. And so we're fighting Gargoyle Sentries. I don't know that we can beat the Sentries with Mirley without the level 7 passive, but it likely will come down to how we draw on whatever. It definitely doesn't help that, like, I don't think there are any monster cards in this entire area that are particularly useful to us. There are some that we don't hate, like this is a fine mana card, but basically all of the cards in this area are strike themed. To some extent, or are like themed around like this bleed, leech, poison thing, which makes them useless for the deck we are building. That card's funny, but it's expensive and it's a spell, so it takes our stuff. That doesn't do anything to us. Like, it's another way to draw strikes, you know? Just an endless succession of ways to draw strikes. I don't want to deal with these stupid Bentas again if I don't have to. The Bentas are miserable with Mirley because the bleed is just, like, we just don't have we're counting on evading stuff, and obviously that doesn't work against the bleed. Okay, so we can do this. Pretty good. That evades. Annoying. Although that is an advantage of the covert strikes, is that they get through the evades, but we have to do that, I think. You jerk. Setting up shield so you don't die. How dare you not die? We got to get rid of the evasion at least, but we are getting no luck on these evades, huh? I think we are like 0 for whatever on evades the last couple turns. 0 for 3 on evades. I think we need I probably should have just taken the harvest, actually. I want to see how the other mid-boss, how we do against this mid-boss. And also I want to see how like this fight goes when we're playing Mirley. It obviously comes down a lot to how many evades we can get. Which... That was a reasonably good set of evades, though. That gives us a decent shot at this. We could draw into all of those. Okay, so what are the odds that we draw mana? Very good. We would have to draw exactly like 4 of these. Over half of our deck is mana, we only need to get 1. I think we don't need that this turn. And we are lucky because we don't actually have to rely on these evades here. And we just have to get 1 more hit out to kill this thing. Actually, we don't even need to kill it this turn because of that. We probably should, but we don't need to. Yeah, I don't want to risk that one surviving somehow. That'd be bad for us. This gets stronger. And there we go. Alright, yeah, we can't take that. This would be pretty good. I think we want the Sanctuary for the amount of defense it offers. That doesn't do anything for us. This, I guess, technically can sometimes do things. I think we're still upgrading the Rites, although we maybe should be looking to upgrade mana cards before we start upgrading Rites. Freeze Dork is annoying and a potential risk, but we can't really take... can we take that? Actually, I think we can, but I don't want to do this fight. But if we take this, as long as we then immediately kill it with a Rites, that could be a way that we get through early fights. That's the mana card that just doesn't do anything for us. None of this does anything for us. Yeah, let's just go with this one and see if we can pull it off. Oh, it's a weather event. This shouldn't be too bad, I think. I want to say that none of the stuff in this event is particularly nasty for us. Can we get the cannon blasts down? We're going to try. Alright, we can play one of them. That's not really enough. I guess we're just going to do that, and I wasted that. Oh well. I should have done the math, but imagine doing math. Everyone gains 10 shield. Sure. Cool with me. Oh, we're immediately going to lose that shield. That's a bit disappointing. Let's see if we can draw just enough mana to justify that. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. One of the concerns we do have is it is a bit tricky for us to get the mana up we need for... Oh, we didn't have any cards on top of our deck, so that didn't do anything for us. It's unfortunate. So we need to get a lot of mana here so that we can afford... Alright, well that helps because it means we don't have to play that to get it. Alright, we are going to be very bleeding this turn, unfortunately. So yeah, this fight was probably a mistake just because we take so much damage here. Oh. Okay. We can do that. Sanctuary is going to mean that you aren't going to die, but that's fine because we just need to get rid of all that, some of that bleed. Unfortunately, we can't play that yet. Yeah, the fact that this fight has turns where you will just get hit with 4 bleed is just the most obnoxious. Alright, got that back. I think I still have to do that because... Okay. One down. And like, this guy doesn't always bleed us every turn, which is nice. So one less thing to worry about. We don't need... that. There's a chance I play Sanctuary this turn. Just kidding, there's not. I can't afford it. I just thought I could. But I couldn't afford the other thing either, so. Rites is getting cheaper though. Everyone gains Reflect 3. That's annoying. Alright, so now... next on, try and get skill we play. So hopefully that's Sanctuary. I'll like to take that. There's a thing to draw an extra copy of. You have Reflect 5, so we really want to get shield before we bonk you. Wow, Sanctuary just hiding. Well, we can do that one. I think it's probably worth doing this just because like the odds that we manage to evade all those hits is relatively low. And then I think we need the growth because I think we need more mana. That bumps the damage on it even though we can't play it yet. I think we want to get tough for next turn, just to have that set up. We can play that, but we wouldn't be able to play the thing. Let me think. Does this... yes, we get there. It's relatively close, but I'll take it. It's close to not happening, which means that it did happen. we get a turn before this second summon comes out, which is nice. I want to say that used to be immediate. You're now once again in this position of not quite being able to play our payoff, but you get that freeze, which is nice. Let's take that and just see if we can make it happen. Do we pitch? Let me think. We don't have to get. I think we can play things. Yeah, we get just enough mana that we can play this out, which lets us get that kill. Can't actually play those out, but we were very close. So, yeah. We'd love to have like a mana crystal. That would help a ton with ensuring that we could make things happen. Bonk. Alright, Glacial Stare is now lethal, which is nice. And then this should... That will take us out of hidden, but we get to get damage out. A little bit of shield, a little bit of growth. Got a decent amount of damage. Please evade. It's okay, evades. Kind of on me for declining the Sanctuary the turn before. There we go. I think we take... These are both very good. I think we take this because the safety of being able to potentially get back into hidden is very nice. And then I think we... oh, that's very nice. Thank you. And we'll upgrade, I think, the mana shield. It's only one more mana, but it is our main way to get shield back. So, we're relying on it. Okay, so we're not doing that fight again. We have learned. That fight kills the Mirley. I should have just taken the max mana there, but it doesn't do as much as it used to, and I really don't want to waste time healing. Okay, here we go. For one short. I think I wasted a mana there somewhere. But we should have enough mana this turn. Probably. Go ahead and force the shuffle. Just get a lot of mana for next turn. Please don't kill us. It's possible we want something like an Invigorate. We are going to get to play this twice. We could get back into hidden, but I don't think we can play this spell again if we do. So, oh, we could have. I thought that we were still one mana away from it being cheaper. So being attentive would be nice and useful, but sounds dangerously close to actually putting any effort at all into the game, and that is against my morals. Oh, we don't need that. Could have just taken that and actually just popped twice. Get frozen, Chungus. It's a good time to do that. That comes in handy. I mean, it doesn't, because we just get the kill, but we could have actually played the cannons out. Okay, both these are pretty useful. This is not. I'll take the mana ritual, I think. Yeah, I'm not risking that fight again. Well, I don't know, I'm torn between doing this fight again just to like see if it goes as bad this time and avoiding it because I'm not a moron who throws himself at the same problem over and over again. That's a lie, by the way. I definitely do that all the time, but we are once again one mana short. It is the one downside to the upgrade is that sometimes you will just be the Rites Plus. You just will sometimes not be able to play it. Get got, dummy. Like, we can't play our whatchamacallit. We do get a whole bunch of mana boost for next turn, which is nice. We could get Sanctuary up I don't think that's worth it. Because we are still at the expense. If we were at the cheaper, if we didn't have max shield, and we weren't at the cheaper phase, or we had gotten this to be cheaper, but we haven't yet. So that's pretty good luck on those. You're not going to be able to play this again, but once again, we just get more mana boost and a little bit more mana. I think Mana Ritual is probably our next upgrade, just because anytime we can play it multiple times, it helps a lot with chaining. Second Mind Seed is nice, because that means we get a full growth ring for every time through our deck. And now is the moment of truth. Because this fight could get rough. Obviously, this isn't the best turn one. But we didn't get frozen right out of the gate, which is nice. And we do get to do this. I think this is our priority to kill, because that is the one that I think is the most dangerous. Because the freeze is obviously the thing we're concerned about. Okay, so I think they're alternating who has... I haven't done these fights enough times to know how the pattern goes. Can we get this out? Probably not. Okay. I think we need to get this Sanctuary off for the tough. So this has the potential to kill, but you're not trying to freeze us this turn, which makes me more interested in killing something else. Although, if we're going to put shield on everything, I think we want to get tough, especially because this is like a lot of incoming damage. So, if we don't know we're going to evade it, we would. Okay, these guys get non-temporary evasion. That's very annoying for us, because... yeah, it's not kind of unfortunate hand. I suppose we can do this, which is underwhelming, but... we do get to draw another card. Although, that I do not like seeing. I do not like exploding. Although, if we're going to explode, this is the turn to do it. Because it doesn't actually hurt us too bad. Because we can still get back into hidden this turn. You're evading. I think trying to just finish one of them off makes sense. Although that pulls us out of hidden. It's only 50% chance to get the kill. I think it's probably still worth it. Yeah. If I hadn't crit, I absolutely would be telling you that that wasn't worth it. But because I did, because the risk paid off, it was therefore worth it. This is a problem. That has to go down this turn, because this is going to freeze us if we don't get... okay, we just have to get lucky on evades, or we're in for a bad time. Okay, we got lucky enough on evades. We only had to evade one of those three. We only had to evade... no, yeah, we had to evade two of those three. We didn't have to evade all of them, which is nice. You do still have that, which means you had to go down. Okay. Shields, sure. You're still a jerk. You need to go down again. You have whatever up, but it's not going to matter. Goodbye. You have to go down, because otherwise we get frozen. Although, again, like if we had missed that crit and we had gotten frozen, it would have been very bad. This is an unfortunate hand. This is the downside to like the fact that we are so all in on finding mana for our thing, is that we don't have... we need more generic card draw to smooth out these turns. What this happens. And this is another place where, like, Salon can help. Although, again, there is the thing where it's like, on the one hand, we got kind of unlucky. On the other hand, like, our deck is only is only 18 cards, and of those 18, usually at least 4 of the Contemplate plus 3 of the 4 searches will be in our deck at any given time once we get to this stage of the game. So our odds of drawing on any given turn a search are very high. We should play this first, technically, before we play out the mana, because we want the mana in our discard. We get shocked again because we are still a low level Mirley. Like high level 7 plus Mirley has a much easier time at this fight because you aren't just hosed against flat applications of status. Go ahead and do this. Goodbye. Okay. So that time we made it through. It hurt, but we got there. Glacial Touch is pretty good. That should potentially do good work for us. This upgrade, I don't like it. So the upgrade is good, but it means that we need to have used whatever twice to get the bonus, which is a bit of a downside. I do like upgrading the mana ritual, I think. I think we're just moving on. Okay, so here, we want to know if Scorching Winds is still bugged. We're going to hope that it isn't. Chimera Form is okay, but nothing else there matters. I would take either of those. I like events in this area. I like going through here. We can't evade these arcane detonations, but that's fine. I absolutely do not remember who our A3 boss was, and I do not remember who our I didn't bother checking again who our A2 boss was to remind myself. I'm very good at this game. Okay. But yeah, so like here, I can... Oh! Rites got nerfed! Ugh! I didn't realize Rites got nerfed. That makes this a whole lot worse. I was counting on that being able to trip off of just that. It'll still be fine later in the fight, but it is much, much worse early in the fight because of that. Okay, that was pretty unlucky that we... Because for each of those we evade... Once we get popped, we can't evade anymore. So we want to evade early. Okay, we can't actually play that again. That's actually really unfortunate. And that's also very annoying. So we can get Sanctuary this turn. No luck. Like even as playing a single card detonates us here. But we can get a kill, which potentially saves us, because if we don't, we're going to take 2 detonations. That's just very unfortunate how this has worked out. If we really wanted to find Sanctuary there. Or we wanted to get a kill before things went off. There's no point in playing that Covert Strike. We're just eating this detonation no matter what. Yeah, this deck is not good. This just doesn't work on Mirley right now. Not with the level we're at, I think. Or rather, the enemies we are fighting, we cannot beat with this version of things. Admittedly, a little bit of it is also that like we don't have great forward upgrades yet. It would help to have... we need another Cleansing Shield. Let's check who we're fighting. Shadowbone. Yeah, we definitely needed that. Part of it is like if we could get another draw trinket, that would help. This doesn't do anything for us. That's worse than what we've got. That's actually actively negative, so we don't lose the max shield. We don't have any ways to get sturdy. It's like the events, see what happens. Okay, we did have to do this fight, but at least it starts ambushed, which gives us a decent chance of being able to, whatever. This is unfortunate. We're absolutely gonna get tough out. Let's see, we get a decent amount of mana here. Like I'm sure that it makes sense to me, like I said, that one day would nerf whatchamacallit in that way. It is just unfortunate for how we are specifically trying to play out this deck that we can no longer rely on things to do the stuff that they used to do. None of this does anything, and we are probably taking a lot of damage. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's not happening this turn. We'll probably end up having to cut the Glacial Touch, I think, without other ways to apply Frostbite, and especially with the Glacial Stare. But like I said, if we can get to boss fights, it's fairly useful. I think we want another way to shuffle. The Devourer Strike also isn't actually the worst thing we could have taken. Sure, mana boost buff, that's actually pretty nice. I think we do have to use burn another rest here, unfortunately. And then I'll take more max mana. Being able to store, because I think that gives us, yeah, that gives us 12 max mana, which means we can store enough mana to replay, to play the first Rites, which we couldn't do otherwise. Okay, so I did 5, which is, so we did 24. I'm trying to figure out how the math on this works. So that did 20% of whatever, of 24. What's our base damage on Rites? I don't remember what the base damage on Rites is right now. Okay, so we explode, but it doesn't hurt us too bad. And that's probably actually fine. Obviously, it's not what we would love to have happen, but it's fine. Let's actually do that. I think we're probably going to be at the point where that does things this turn. I think we want the crit chance. We can't play that out, but we can play out both of these. Okay, and so that is going to do enough there, and that's going to pop the Arcane proc, so that actually ends up being very valuable. We do take like 1, but we were fairly close to max health, so that ends up being fine. So at this point we have a Cleansing Shield and a Sanctuary, both of which are great things in terms of getting through stuff, although we can't get this Purity out until we can get Frostbite on things, which is a bit tricky for us. We can play 2 cards to kill without blowing up, which is worth it. Mystic Ritual seems useful. That doesn't seem useful though. We've actually technically gotten a little bit of value out of the Scatterblast staff. Okay, this is potentially a problem. I probably shouldn't have taken this fight here just because of that weather event. Yeah, this is no, this is bad. Because we cannot, we don't want to lose any. We want to lose this, but we can't. We're gonna have to give up one of these mana cards this turn. I guess we give up the Mind Seed. Potent Augury. Alright, we didn't have enough mana for that anyway. This is going to actually bring us closer to exploding, which is probably not smart, but we're going to cleanse off that. We are going to still detonate because of the choices that I have made, but, and we didn't even evade, so it's unfortunate. See what happens. Trigger burn your, okay, you just get the draw 2 for free. We are going to have to give up a card, which we, I guess we give up that and hope that it doesn't end up mattering. We get that out for the first time. Yeah, I think we got to do that for the mana. This is give everyone burn 4, and everyone gets evasion. Okay, that's actually very bad for us, because we, especially because we gave up a covert strike. I think I'm fine getting that out of the list. The lack of a way to draw spells is annoying. Got pretty liking those evades though. Burn 3, everyone takes 2 damage for running front. Yeah, great, thanks. We got to evade. Okay. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna play it to get it out so that that uses up that. Which, possibly a terrible play. But it's the one I made. And it's too late to apologize. This is not going, that'll freeze you, which is fine, but I think we just want to up the damage tick on that. If we do our Glacial Stare, we can freeze this out this turn, which is nice. Okay. That damage is whatever, I guess. It's weird to me that the damage can be evaded, but it isn't affected by things. Okay, I guess that. I really don't like giving those up, but I think that's what I had to do. Alright, and we're going to Potent Augury to get it back. I think we do want to be hidden here. Alright, that was great. Love to see it. You're now going to explode and take a bunch of damage, which I don't like to see. Give burn 4 to everyone, give them evasion 2. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, the fact that, yeah, we can't evade this, so we're going to take more damage. This is going to be close. It's going to come down to whether or not the weather decides to ruin our day. Okay, that didn't ruin our day. That took away the evasion. That's actually okay. We just really have to hope we find... Okay, that'll do it. And we have to hope that this kills. It did not. Yeah, that was brutal. The weather absolutely was not on our side there, and then the whatchamacallit was also a problem. This doesn't do anything for us. Resourcefulness, I think, is better than the mana eruption slightly. I think we probably need to cut one of our mana cards, which feels bad, but we have too many at this point. We may actually want to cut the Glacial Touch. It has been... The fact we couldn't ever get it off even in that fight, although admittedly part of that was the fact that... Yeah, no, I think we have to cut the Glacial Touch, because I think we may not be able to get it off. I think we want to upgrade... Maybe one of the Covert Strikes. That makes them free. That's potentially relevant. Covert Strike upgrade makes it a bit more of a buff. I also like the Mindseed Plus, because it's more mana and it gives us additional utility. And then, yeah, the Glacial Touch has just been, unfortunately... Like I said, I took it on the assumption that that it works differently than it does. We have to rest. That seems useful. And I think we have to go here instead of here, because I don't think we can deal with two of those Arcane Wisps again. Especially not with the burn effect. The burn effect may kill us. I'm going to play one of these two, and I think I would rather just get this one out for the extra shield. And I think I want to shuffle both of those back into the list. Oh, right. We don't shuffle yet because we hadn't played whatever yet. I guess we just have to hope that we can get through the weather this time. Sure, free draw is nice. This is going to blow us up, but it means that we don't blow up to that. That seems worth it, especially because that's kind of the card I want to get rid of. Okay. If I do this, we come out of hidden. But we can do that, which takes us out of hidden, and then we can just go right back in again. That was some luck, I guess, technically. I think it was good luck, but it was some luck. Okay, we got lucky on those evades. Okay, that was some very good evades. That was 9 evades in a row. I will take that. They weren't big damage, but that's fine. And I also take additional card draw. Okay. I think that gets out of the deck, unfortunately. And I think we just have to cleanse, even though we have at least one redraw over on that side still. Yeah, the lack of Fury is unfortunate. And then that's just brutal. We may just be dead here. We cannot afford to explode. Alright, so killing this, we explode unless we kill this in return. But then we die to that. Or we could count on killing. So this is 27 with 50% chance to crit. So there's 50% chance that we kill this. So if we don't, what are the odds that we die to this? Higher than I would like. That blows us up automatically. Do we just roll the dice? I think we roll the dice because I am totally fine with just losing. This run has just not been going great, so if we just totally beefed it here, I would have been fine. Alright. The weather event is not kind to our deck. I think we are out of rest as well. I think we need this. Yeah, we are out of rest. This fight seems nasty. This fight also seems nasty. I think we go here and pray. And I am not a religious person, so. Okay, that's not the way we want to start this fight. That may just be game out of the right out of the gate. We're working on killing you off. There's a chance we can just kill that one outright, and if we can do that, It could be. We can now freeze that one. I think we cut. We can pitch the covert strike because we're going to use the resourcefulness to get back into hidden. Just pop you to get rid of the lethal. We are still bleeding, which is unfortunate, but okay. We've got the Sanctuary in our deck. It's time to pray. That worked. We needed that Sanctuary, and we got it, which is nice. Will it be enough? That's the question. That certainly helps. Don't think we can do anything with that. Because actually, I probably should have done that because we're holding. That was, I think, we're holding like literally all. That makes this turn, this upcoming turn, guaranteed pretty bad, because we're now holding. We were holding all of our whatever. Sun is coming out. Just gotta play that again, I think. Yeah, the fact that we drew all of them, because the idea is that if we have a bunch of them, as long as we can draw one of them, we can shuffle all the others back in. But if we draw all of them on literally the same turn, then we can get 2 turns in a row where we don't find stuff. So even though we have 5 in the deck, we just got the worst possible draw there. Although, I suppose the monkey's paw response for getting that Sanctuary pulled when we needed it earlier. So we get here. Yeah, it's literally the bottom of the deck. We can get those both out. Okay, we are looking for shields. We can kill this one, which I think we want to do. Alright. I think this is our best chance at living. We are very close to death, though. Please? Okay, we won that coin flip, which we needed to do to not die. Which means that I think we now win this fight, although next fight is anyone's guess. Okay. I mean, like, Devouring Strike we can't play consistently. I think we take the Contemplate. Okay, I think we're toast. I think there's no way we get through this. But we could get, if we get very lucky on draws, there's a possibility. Okay, it's not an amazing start, but it's an okay start. We have enough shield to not just be dead. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to play this out again, but so we got the first one out. We are cursed. That is the big thing we have to deal with, and we cannot ever play those, which is potentially a problem. We just need to find. Would also love to roll some crits occasionally, but it is what it is. Give me what I need. Should have sequenced that better. Well, things could be worse. Should do that, because I think we're going to be able to afford it this turn. And also that will let us get a Doom proc. Okay. Please don't kill us. Christ. Okay, that's unfortunate. We may just be dead. Please give us Sanctuary. Thank you. So we need that Sanctuary, and then we need to evade. We need to evade at least one of these. We did not. Okay, well. We gave the old college a try. I think that we had to commit too many cards to the package, and we couldn't commit anything to defense, and we didn't have any natural defensive tools. And so that, like, we got a little bit unlucky, but I think that was mostly this deck just doesn't work on the level of Mirley that we are at with the tools that we have right now. So I think this has been an hour. I think that's good for this video. I will go back to town, see what we can find. One of the shadows is great. That actually opens up a lot of stuff that we can do with Mirley. This card's very good. This card's very good. We're going to probably come back and do a strike-based Mirley deck next. Let's see, did I actually get a screenshot of that? Yeah, okay. So let's see what all we can collect in terms of... All right. We only rose 14 enemies. That's not happening. That one's a joke. That one's just kind of... I don't know if it's bugged, but it's always a pain in the butt. Okay, that one's not happening. That's pretty good from Mirley. Let's see what we can get in the packs. Give us good cards. That is not a good card. That's pretty nice, though. That is one of the mad cards I would like to have had in that other deck. Frozen Height is great. Mana Mace is pretty bad. Spirit Shield is abysmal. Hidden Blade is fine, I guess, in Mirley. I don't love it. Largely because just like you have to line it up right. But I might try playing with it again. See what I can do. Bloater Speed I do like a lot though in Mirley. Reinforced Shield is decent. Hypothermia is pretty solid. Okay. And that is going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.